Scholars, welcome back to DummyNation. Today we're going to be playing as the most upvoted country from the last video, which was Turkmenistan. Now, Turkmenistan starts off as an expert level difficulty country. We are nestled in between Iran, Afghanistan, and Uzbekistan, as well as Kazakhstan. So not a lot of great things going for us right away. However, the one thing going for us is that if Iran falls, we can get Iran. Now, starting off, we are the 78th best GDP, 104th best population. GDP per capita is high, so that is good. Military power is low, but not zero, so we have some military power. We are an autocracy, so we do have not very good political freedom. Now, taking a look at our army, it's not that imposing. We have 1.98 million firepower. We have 2.47 million in the bank, and I don't know how dangerous life's going to be for us. So what I'm thinking is we don't need to reduce the maintenance cost this much. This is definitely a little bit too much money to be throwing out the door. So let's bring down the cost of army down to like 17%. And let's go ahead and get martial law down to like 40. And that'll be a lot easier for us to swallow. Or 30%. Apply that just right away. And speaking of military, we should recruit some military. I'm kind of thinking which tree I want to go down. I think I'm going to go down full military research this go around. So let's point in 24 points. No, yeah, 24 points into military research. Get a 42% discount for future research. And then let's split the rest of that between combat training and reactive armor. So that maxes out this category. And now we can start to look forward. But let's go ahead and get a military. We have 14k commandos. Definitely going to need a lot more than that. We don't have a big pool to recruit from, so I'm still going to get 2 of these guys. Ooh, really not a lot. Let's get a full unit of these guys first, as much as we can. And then probably spend the rest of the money on tanks and such. Let's get about 2k tanks. And we have 700,000 left. Let's get another 1.5k rockets. And let's get 24 more planes. Call that a day there in terms of military. We spent our research. Let's go ahead and fix our budget. Social spending can come down. R&D can come up. 2.2% growth is pretty good, so we'll just go ahead and apply that and kind of wait for a little bit of an opportunity. The only real target we have right now is like Afghanistan, but when you look at their GDP, it's not actually amazing. So I'm going to be more looking for like Iran to get invaded, Kazakhstan to get invaded, maybe Azerbaijan, although I think they're a little bit stronger than us. No, they're kind of the same. Not really that strong though. We're stronger than they are GDP wise. That's a little bit surprising. So we'll wait for something to develop in our favor and come back when that time arrives. Oh, here's something going on. Afghanistan's been invaded. They've lost all their troops. We're not going to gain a ton out of Afghanistan, but we can definitely join in on this fight. Looking at the economy map, there's not a lot to grab from it. We will actually probably focus here on actually, this region's not that bad. Let's jump in on Afghanistan, a country that typically doesn't have a lot of friends, and see if we can steal some of this away from Pakistan, even though Pakistan did all the work. Now, the big benefit to getting Afghanistan is it does give us a border with Pakistan, who often does fall with fighting India. And that looks to be the case here. It looks like there's a little bit of a border skirmish happening. Now, another little side bonus we're about to get is a border with China. Our exchange rate is not very good right now at 63%. So we could definitely get a better alliance with China, having borders with them. And it would, if we could secure that, would definitely, number one, protect us. But number two, make it so, are we friends with India? No, they had like a light green. Make it so that we can fix our budget a little bit. 1.5 million. This might go down now that we share a border with them. But let's gear up for watching this fight with Pakistan, who still has 3 million troops, so we're not exactly looking to fight that right now. In fact, if we wanted to stay away from the capital, where's the most valuable region? It is right next to their capital. I think we could push through here. What's the terrain? A little bit rough. We could push here and then up, and I think that would be the best. So I think that's going to be our battle plan for when Pakistan falls. And Iran's gotten in the fight as well. This is a little bit interesting. I think for our own security, we're going to go ahead and push this, risk it a little bit, see if Pakistan comes over to fight us. If they do, I think we'll retreat, but I think most of their army is wrapped up here in the middle. There's their army. Don't come to us. Go up to evil. Oh, you're coming to us. Run away. No need to engage in that. Hey, you've chased me away. You've chased me away. I don't want to fight you. I want to preserve my military for fighting down Freeland. All right, now that they're up there in India, let's jump in over here and get into this valley. Let's not waste time fighting their capital. I don't think we'll actually get it because India's right there. Let's just secure a way out so that when big countries fall, we can participate in that by making sure we get a coastline. So that's the end of Pakistan minus the section down here. We move up to the 53rd best GDP, 11th best population with an amazing GDP per capita of 123, which is going to make things a lot cheaper to buy. Now, does that influence you in wanting to be my friend? Yeah, it really does. Let's eliminate Pakistan, no longer be at war with him, and I bet you China's going to look at us and be like, hey, that could be a friend. In fact, can we just take a look at Pakistan? I don't really want this island. Can I just peace out with you? 70k? Done. So now we don't have to worry about losing land to rebels up here. And that might bring down the price of an alliance. Yeah, it's going down. It'll take a little bit to fully disperse, but we are now in a lot better spot in the world. Actually making some money now. We have a good population for recruitment. So we can get a lot of foot soldiers because that was a real hard thing for us to get initially. So I'll delay getting this alliance with China, wait for the price to come down, spend the money that we were going to spend on that on troops. And let's start investing in military intelligence, get a little bit more experience for our troops. And Yemen doesn't have troops. I want to fight Yemen. Does it give me anything? Kenya's really weak. Kenya's a good GDP. Do you have any friends? No. Let's wait for the rest of those troops to get done. But I think we're going to fight Kenya next. We could also get an alliance treaty with Russia. How strong are you? 17 million? Military power third. Let's go ahead and get an alliance treaty with Russia. We don't have a border with Russia yet, but when we fight down Kenya, we will. So let's go ahead and buy that now just for our own protection. Should do wonders for us right now. All right, with our new foot soldiers done, we now have a strength of 9 million. Let's go fight down Kenya. Kenya has 2.7 and another about almost 1 million worth of firepower in reservists, but this should be good for us. Shouldn't be. We'll lose a little bit of troops along the way. Nothing too spectacular because we have tanks and they really don't. Now, we do have a very high ammunition shortage, so this is going to be the last country we fight for a while. But with this, I think we can start auto-producing. We're making about 100. Let's check our troops. Can we start auto-producing? Yeah, we definitely can. Let's get some reservists. Let's get some commandos. Let's get some gunners. Find a good range of that for about 30% of the budget. Apply that. And we'll start auto-producing troops. All right, they are done. I'm also going to jump in here on Somalia because they're done as well. They're getting cooked by Russia and China just for a little bit more land for ourselves, a little bit more population. Now, this will anger a lot of the Arab world, but I think most of them will be triggered on China. Also, I think it's going to be done really quickly. So that war was kind of a low-cost one for us. And how are you doing? You have 3 million. Interesting. Let's see. Speaking of, I know this is not the time to buy it. Yeah, we should probably wait for 1,000. But I think we're in a good spot. I'm going to bring my troops back up to homeland. And exchange rate 62%, despite us having a border and friendship with China or Russia. What about an alliance with you? It's 8 million. You hated that I'm allied to Russia. You actually like it. Okay, let's become friends with China. Keep an eye on exchange rate, 62%, 70%. Let's go. That's real big for us. That very much secures our spot in the sun. Was expensive, but what else were we going to spend our money on this moment? Oh my gosh, Iraq's falling? We got to get down to Iraq. Iran, be cool, 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 be cool. When we're talking about risk-benefit ratio, yeah, we still have a pretty high ammunition shortage, a little bit higher than I would like, but Iraq, oh gosh, buddy, friend, Iraq falling is definitely something we want to take advantage of because they are the 47th best GDP. They got a good GDP per capita, decent population. This is going to be a win for us. No other countries currently attacking it right now. Switzerland's walking through their lands. Kuwait has declared war on us. Do I want to fight them though? I don't really, so I'll peace out with them. It's really cheap. Saudi Arabia is coming over to fight me though. Yeah, we'll peace out with you for now, even though the peace timer is not going to work to our favor. And then anybody else coming over here, no, just leave me alone. Iraq will be mine and mine alone. All right, that is Iraq done. We now have a glorious empire. We are the 25th best GDP. So taking Iraq moved us from 41 to 25. It did bring up our GDP per capita a little bit. Unfortunately, we're now in the 90s, but that's okay. All things considered, we'll take that as a dub. Now, if we take a look at our production tab, we can actually make a little bit more reservists and gunners. And maybe even a little bit more commandos. Yep, that's perfect. So a little bit more there. And now we sit back and wait for like Saudi Arabia or Iran to fall. Those are the two big ones we want to die off. Iran, number one, to connect our empire would be really nice. And Saudi Arabia because they have a really good GDP. Now we do have to worry about peace treaties. We do have a few of those. So we need to make sure we don't attack anyone. We can get an alliance with Italy. I'm surprised. We could also get an alliance with Brazil. Turkey would be good for us because we actually border Turkey. So that would help our exchange rate. I don't know what it was before that. And then did we lose any friends? No, we still have our three friends of Turkey, China, and Russia. We're in a very powerful position. Ooh, Saudi Arabia is allied to the United States. I don't want to anger them, so maybe we don't gear up for a war with Saudi Arabia. Maybe it is a good time to fight Kazakhstan, because no one's going to know Iran right now for whatever reason. They got 10 million. I don't think they have any friends. I mean, yeah, they don't have any friends. So no one's going to Iran. I think this would be actually a really good time to strike down Kazakhstan. So we'll wait for the rest of our troops. They are here. Let's go fight Kazakhstan. Their only friend is Indonesia. And Indonesia will take a while to get up here, and we'll see what the peace treaty is. But let's go fight Kazakhstan. Indonesia has declared war on us. They got up here really quickly because of their jets. But we can peace out with them for rather cheap. Okay, they don't have a ton of troops, so I'm going to risk it and split a little bit because I don't want to share this land with Russia. Splitting into groups of 6 million is a little bit risky. You'd take a little bit more losses than you would. But for this, I just want the land. I don't want China. I don't want Russia getting involved. I want this all to be mine. Kazakhstan won't spawn much militia, very sparsely populated. Yeah, that was another reason I felt comfortable doing it. And I have reservists. All right, that's Kazakhstan done. Huzzah. Do we lose a lot? Not really. We barely lost anything. What we lost, we were able to recuperate, which is wonderful for us. And now, how are we looking? We move up one position to 20th, 6th in population. GDP per capita did rise a little bit. But that's fine. We're a little bit stronger. We're making about 268 now, so that is great for us. How strong are you? Very strong. Okay, good to know. The UAE, though, who are your friends? A lot of friends. If I took that, I'd have to get another alliance peace treaty with Saudi Arabia. Oh, you're not friends with the United States anymore. Interesting. What if we got some rockets and we fought down Saudi Arabia? Let's position ourselves in a way we can fight Saudi Arabia. Kind of want to strike from this side first. Okay, diplomacy. Did you get any new allies? No. All right, so we're going to fight down Saudi Arabia. They only have 3 million troops. We do need to be a little bit cautious about how many people are about to go to war with us, though. Maybe we're fine. So far, it's just Saudi Arabia. Anybody else? No one's declared war on us. Saudi Arabia still has their military cooking somewhere. They're bringing it out in small bits, which is wonderful for us. We're going to go ahead and split again just for a little bit more speed. I imagine other countries are going to try and start getting over here. Germany did steal a little bit away from us, and Saudi Arabia is a big country. So we're going to make some pushes, connect our land up in Iraq, see if we can bring them out. All right, nice little get for us. We end up getting most of Saudi Arabia. Just this one section right here we didn't get. Now, while we were doing that, we did miss out on Qatar and Kuwait, but Bahrain is still on the table. I mean, it's very easy to get Bahrain. I don't know why they're still on the board. In fact, let's check their friendships. Maybe they have a big friend somewhere. Nope. Let's go get Bahrain. They're done. What about the UAE? How many troops do they have? 500,000? I'll definitely fight them next. Peace treaty with the UAE. Do I have one? I do for 1,000 days. Good call. We'll wait that 1,000 days right here before we invade them. That could have been disastrous. While we wait those 1,000 days, let's just take out Uzbekistan just to kind of get a better looking border. The border grows real in DummyNation? Yeah, I mean, our country's not exactly beautiful. You're friends with Ireland. We'll see if Ireland comes over. Ooh, Iran. Iran's getting bullied. Okay, so we're going to finish up with Uzbekistan. We're going to go hard into Iran. We've got great borders on Iran to get a lot of their good economic zones over here. So that's going to be what we push for. Let's get, what's our army look like? We could probably use a few more helicopters. Let's try and get those really quickly because they also recruit rather fast. All right, who was friends with Iran? There was somebody big I saw, I think with China. Yeah, China's friends with them, but we're friends with China. Let's wait for our helicopters, and I think we're going to see invade over here. Helicopters are done. Wonderful. Let's begin to land. Actually, we'll just go through here. Let's grab this area. Start invading Iran. Switzerland, hello. You declared war on me. Truth be told, wasn't expecting it, but we'll peace out with you. And in good news, by blocking the north, we also block Russia's attempts to get in here as well. So we have access to most of Iran. A lot of the countries are scared because they don't want to fight China, but us having an early alliance with China means that they're not going to fight us. They picked us in the war. So we can get most of Iran for free at this point and connect our territories to be one gigantic empire. Iran is done. We are now very strong. We do have our peace treaty done with the UAE, but honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of jumping in right now just because our ammunition shortage is rather high. We have a terrible exchange rate because we lost our friendship with China. Let's grab that back. We need more money. So that's priority number one, is getting this back before we do anything else. War does influence the price of getting this alliance back. I don't know what we did to anger them. There we go. Probably attacking one of their allies. Now that we have that exchange rates back up to 70%, we're looking fine. Let's just go ahead and check that diplomacy. It won't be a big war with the UAE. Yeah, they are done. Let's go ahead and fight them. We're currently at war with them, in fact, already. No, we're not, but we will be. And after this, I think we cool it until we get that ammunition shortage down a little bit more. And I'm glad we did this because Ethiopia was right here to try and grab it. So we block them, hopefully block them. Yeah, we got it all. Okay, now we go home. Take a look at our diplomacy. How we doing? Turkey's no longer our friend. We got Turkey back. Russia's no longer our friend. We're gonna need Russia back. Exchange rate now 71%. Let's go. That's moving up in the world. Mexico still our friend. So we have 4 little friends over here. But our army is very small. If we take a look at where we are now, we're 8th GDP, 5th population, 50th GDP per capita, but 9th military power. Love to get the military power up in the top 5, even though we don't have the GDP to quite support it. Kind of looking for like India to fall. What? Oh, India's fallen. We need to get that ammunition shortage down to 0, and we're going to fight India. India and China were fighting? Yeah, I just didn't think it was to the scale where India would fall. All right, China's now dedicating a lot of forces to this. Let's gather up everybody. We're going to wait for these tanks to come in. Our ammunition shortage is still a little bit of a problem, but it's manageable. It's going to be a long war with India, which is why I was trying to get down to 0. But let's go ahead and start pushing into India right now as China's bringing troops over. And I want to make sure I get there first. We get another level of military intelligence, which gives us more experience. And we begin the long drawn-out war with India. They do not have any friends. We did check that prior to engaging. And then what are the reservists at? They're at 1 million. We'll drain that really quickly. All right, we got Islamabad from Pakistan. Now let's just start pushing into Delhi. This is where we want to be. This will be the quickest route. We'll leave China this up here so they worry about grabbing, you know, the mountains and stuff. Ammunition shortage is really hot, but I'm going to keep pushing this. We're almost done with it. Qatar and Kuwait, yeah. I was keeping them top of mind too. I'm not worried about this because I know this is where their capital is, and I didn't want to lose even more troops to it. So I kind of left that for China. But that is mostly India done. They still have Madagascar down here, but we'll kind of clear out the easier areas to get because our ammunition shortage is very bad right now. But as long as we're still friends with China, everything should be a-okay here, champs. Grab the rest of this stuff over here just for cohesion. And do I leave them Madagascar? Still got a good population. It's not a lot. Let's just grab everybody. And let's take a look at what we're producing right now. We could probably raise that. Yeah, we can raise that by a lot. Wonderful. Spending a lot more of our money on building up foot soldiers would do us a lot of good in the long term. We are currently, after that, the 3rd biggest GDP, 2nd population. Military power is low at 7. All things considered, pretty good for us. It's going to take us a while because we're taking a land route down to get to the rest of their land in Madagascar. So we're missing out on a little bit of opportunity there. But we don't spend more, we get a little bit of opportunity to lower the ammunition shortage, which is what we're mostly after at this point, and finishing up India so they don't come back to bite us in the butt later. All right, that's India done. So let's send everybody home. Big success for us. And now we'll just kind of build up and wait for another good opportunity. And we have finished up military intelligence. We can start going in art of war, reduce the time it takes for troops to conquer enemy territory by up to 100%. That's going to be really nice for us. It costs 5.8, so it'll be a while before we get there. But we do have a lot of money to spend. Let's take a look at our military. Definitely need a lot more tanks. We have 2 million in the bank. Let's just throw those all into tanks right now. Take a look at our exchange rate, 75%. Very nice. We're in a really good spot. Ethiopia is getting invaded. Do you have any friends? No. Let's jump down here and see if we can pick off some pieces of Ethiopia. Actually, being straightforward with you, I'm going to ignore Ethiopia because I'm afraid that if I fight down Ethiopia, someone else will come over here and grab Cairo. And I want Cairo for myself. I think we're at a low enough budget. Yeah, ammunition shortage is in an acceptable state. Let's get over here and fight Egypt. Oh, we had a treaty with Egypt. Whoops-a-daisy. That's going to be a problem. We're going to lose friendships with China. We got a friendship back with China. What about Russia? We get friendship back with Russia. So it will hurt us on the global stage, but at least getting those 2 back is nice. We could potentially also get one with you. Yep, get that one back. Israel, you're kind of a big player in this one. What would you want for a friendship? Pretty cheap. We'll grab that. All right. Egypt's done. Wonderful. Head back home. We're building up a pretty good military at this point. We're up to 4 in military power. Defensive power is a little bit lacking. We're going to struggle for the rest of the game because of the attacking someone we had a peace treaty with when attacking Egypt. But oh well. At least we got it. And now we kind of begin the long waiting process of waiting for like a big fish to fall. We've really established ourselves in the world. But it'll take like a Russia, a China, a Brazil, United States, or Mexico even falling for us to like move somewhere else. All right, so we have accumulated enough points for Art of War, which is great. The world's kind of entered a little bit of a Cold War state, so we're just going to be kind of in the background, accumulating a little bit more military and waiting for something really interesting to happen. But other than that, you know, nothing much is going to be going on. We just are kind of big game hunting at this point. I would love Russia to fall. but they're not going to fall anytime soon. We do have a big enough military, I think, to dissuade other countries from invading us. I don't know what the United States has. They're pretty similar. We're actually bigger than China. So I think we're fine for the time being, just to relax. Yeah, if China was like weak while we had Art of War, I would consider fighting them, but the timing doesn't quite work out for us here. Yeah, basically, if anyone's in this game at this point, it's because they either have a big military, B, a lot of alliances, or C, both. Hey, we made it. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna fight down Nigeria for the rest of their land. Spain's already been here and taken down most of the military. They don't have a ton of friends, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. And we can grab a good chunk of population, which will help us out with our military units and potentially being able to recruit more of them through the production tab. So we'll just see what we can get here. Like I was telling chat, Nigeria is a nice have, but it's never been a must-have in this game. So getting them out of the way. Ooh, buddy, I don't want to fight you. Get that out of there. All right, and they are done. I also kind of think about invading Chad, but 9 million is a lot for what Chad actually has. Chad's only the 59th best GDP. I feel like that's like last place at this point in the game. I much would rather keep an eye on China, because they are getting progressively weaker. Yes, they do have a lot of reservists, but their entire military is in commandos and gunners, where we have tanks and everything. So that could be a good one for us to jump on later on. Let's just keep building up our own military for the time being, though, trying to get to about 10k tanks, about 5k rockets. And if they fall to like, 14 or something, then we might jump in on them. And in fact, I think we're hitting that mark. Yeah, they're going really weak right now. I think this is a great opportunity to fight China. So let's head over to the valuable parts of China. We'll gather our military along the way. Let's just kind of take the sub-peace, sub-friendly route. Gather everybody right here. Swing over to fight China. We'll grab the next level of Art of War. And let's check our diplomacy with them. We do have a peace treaty for 2.3k days. That's a little bit unfortunate on that front. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer than I would like. But let's position our army over there just in case. Oh my god, China, you're just tempting me so hard. Should we wait the extra 1,000 days, or should we break the peace treaty now? Here's the thing. If we got China's land, added it to ours, we would be number one, or almost number one. I don't know if I want to do that with everyone also being angry at me. I think we can wait out the time. Check out their friends. United Kingdom, France, Japan, Thailand, Brazil, and us, of course. We can go ahead and get an alliance treaty with Brazil right away for pretty cheap. Knock them out of the way. We can go ahead and once we start right before we start the war, get a peace treaty with France, because we're already at war with them. So I think this is definitely doable. Let's just wait these last 700 days, start the war with China, because right now, what's their military look like? 4 million. They're building back up. They do have a lot of reservists, but with our tanks, we'll be able to crush those easily. I'm going to start the war over here in Taiwan too. And before we start, let's go ahead and get another level of Art of War. Just take territory a little bit faster. China's going to be one that we're going to want to try and get done a little bit on the speedy side, just because they are so vast, but their economy is worth it everywhere. 60 days left. As soon as this goes, we're going to insult China, which I will not forget, because you also get a negative for attacking ally. We are no longer friends with him. Great. Let's just double check. Did you get any new big friends? Not really. Let's peace out with France for the cheap, so they won't enter the war. Let's start fighting down in Taiwan, checking their military. They have 13 million, so they built back up a little bit, but still enough for us to handle with our army of 68 million. The reservists are what I'm most worried about. As long as you don't go directly to their capital, we should be able to piecemeal them as well. China's down to 4 million. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and split this army into a group of 30. And in fact, let's split it again, go into groups of 15. Hopefully don't come across any big militia units and just start taking the coast. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Big unit of reservists right there. How's the reservists looking? They're down to 57 million, which is, not a big win. But we're starting to take land away from them. Holy cow, just group everybody together. This is a little bit scary. Japan is hostile to us. Let's go ahead and back that out. Say no thank you. And now that they're grouped together, let's go back in. We've already lost a good chunk of military. You stay home. Start trying to chunk down more of their reservists. They're down to 40 million. Reservists are down to 10 million, almost through, costing us pretty heavily. Yeah, we're down to 40 million. So we've lost 20 million of our own. But when you start talking about the cost of knocking down their reservists, I mean, we're doing pretty well. I think this last big army over here, if we go challenge it directly, should be okay. Our ammunition shortage is incredibly high, which is very unfortunate for us. But again, it's all about getting down these big units of reservists. Okay, they have 2 million left in reservists, and that's really it. So we're going to split once. and start fighting, even though we do have a pretty bad ammunition shortage. Try and grab a little bit more of the country. Look for the economic zones that we should be going after, probably over here. So let's get you to start moving up north. And in the background, we are building another military over here. It's got 7 million. We have some tanks on the way. Where'd the tanks go? I don't know where the tanks went. We lost the tanks. South Korea is now getting involved, so that should hopefully take away a little bit of the pressure from us and allow us to actually take land. Now that we're not fighting gigantic armies anymore, our ammunition shortage is actually going down. We're just fighting little militias, so that's really good as well. Okay, this is another 12 million. Let's go ahead and bring it over as well. Dire times. So you to maybe not go through China to get over here where we need you. All right, the battle for Beijing has begun. This at least gives this guy a little bit more freedom to fight without having to be constantly attacked. I would like you to probably start heading down south a little bit more than you are. And how are we doing over here? A little bit of progress, not a lot. Let's move this guy up so that if we gain an inch, we gain a mile. Just any little bit they're going to give us, any moment they don't spawn a troop is a moment we can put out a troop or take some land. So it's going to be a long battle. I mean, we're definitely taking some heavy losses here. But so far, so good. Beijing has been won. Huge. That's very big for us. Now, it will move the Chinese capital elsewhere, but at least it will weaken them economically so they can't fight back as well as they are. They're still the third biggest GDP. We've moved up into second place right now. We're at 30%. And even though the ammunition shortage is pretty heavy, we're going to continue this fight for as long as China's alive. New army is ready. Let's go ahead and send them down to grab the rest of India down here. Slowly but surely, we will be connecting our empire to be giant China, or the big Asian power, if you will. It is affecting us in terms of military. Military, though, we are still second. So it is costing us a lot to maintain this fight. But it's okay. We're almost at another level of art of war, which will help us out taking territory even faster. But the bulk of the hard fighting is done. This area is the hardest region of China to take. And the rest gets less and less populated as you move on. Obviously, India is going to be a little bit of an exception there. But it should be pretty easy going for us the rest of the way. And with this new population, we can increase our production even more. We'll probably be able to readjust that at the end of the war. But China's population and GDP makes that a lot easier. You can see we're already making 3.4 million. So things are going to get a lot easier for us towards the end. I do want to cut off South Korea from joining this fight even any more than they have. Like, they were a nice distraction when they were fighting up in Manchuria, but the rest of China is mine. All right, mainland China's done. We begin the battle of fighting down the last little bit of holdings down here in Madagascar, and that should hopefully be the end of them. And unfortunately, I'm kind of thinking about South Africa. They've been such a pain in my side. It's not really super beneficial to fight them. They are friends with the United States. We should peace out with the United States. I don't know when we went to war. I haven't seen them, but that's the end of China. Huzzah, let's go home. 60 million. That's okay. What is our awful ammunition shortage? Not that bad. Not that bad at all. We've got great morale too. So we have about 9,000 tanks, 4,000 rockets, 500 helicopters, and 2 combat aircraft. Let's spend the 7 million we have right now and just get a little bit more combat aircraft and go ahead and spend that money on more art of war. So now we are in second place firmly with 41%. Germany's right behind us with 10%. Russia somehow has never been able to manage to get into double digits economy. It blows my mind. And we'll look for kind of another target. South Korea might be good. Yeah, we could definitely do South Korea. They've got some pieces of China that are valuable. And we do need to fight Tajikistan because they're in the way of my beautiful empire. All right, so we'll gear up for a war with South Korea. We'll wait for a little bit for some more military units to roll out and get ready for that. Now, taking a look at their army, they do have a good amount of tanks. They have some rockets and some helicopters, so we're going to need to overwhelm them if possible. Definitely need a lot more rockets out there, but you can see how much more we're making right now. It's just a ungodly amount. Almost 5 million. All right, so spend a lot of money on rockets. 5,000 rockets is going to be more than adequate. Let's get another level of art of war. And then when these are done, I think we'll buy more tanks and get ready for a war with South Korea. All right, so we have a nice military, 95 million. We're going against 16 million, mostly foot soldiers. You did not have a lot of friends, if I remember correctly. You've gained a lot of friends recently. That could be a problem. How about you? You have less friends. How strong are you, though? 36 million. A little bit strong. I want Korea before they get stronger, so I'm going to go ahead and risk it and see if we can peace out with people. All right, South Korea has been defeated. Nice. So we did take a little bit of losses there. We have a lot of people who don't like us anymore. If we scroll down, you can see all the people we're currently at war with, which is a good amount, in all honesty. We can peace out with you for rather cheap. Let's get that done. And Iceland, Ireland, Czech, Switzerland, South Africa, Indonesia. Nice. Oh, good. Now they're all becoming very cheap. Good. Okay. So now we can relax for a little bit. We are right behind the United States. They have 53%. We have 50. My thought process is we fight one more person and we risk it all to go fight to take down the United States. And that honestly might be Mexico. No, that's Russia. Russia took them. Jerks. Did Russia get so strong? Frick. Maybe we fight Brazil. Brazil wouldn't be that bad. Brazil would not be that bad. Brazil would be 8%. Yeah, I think we fight Brazil and then we fight the United States. We go for the quick win. Because Brazil's at a weakened state. They only have 21 million firepower and 4 million reservists against our almost 100 level. I think we could get away with that one. Okay, we've got about just short of 100 million. We're going to run over to, in fact, let's just walk through. We're going to go over to Brazil. We're going to fight down Brazil for their 8% that they have. Yeah, 8% right here. And then with the 58%, I think will be enough to capture the United States, who has not gone much into Africa. So most of their 50% is going to be in the mainland. I don't know how many troops they have. They have 50 million with another 29 million reservists. So while we're doing this fight with Brazil, we're going to be building up an army in the back line, continuously going down Art of War. In fact, let's kind of risk this here. Let's increase R&D spending and try, I can get to the right menu, to do war tactics along the way. Strengthening the capabilities of all your troops by 20%. So boom. Now this will slow down our overall research, but it's fine. It's not that bad. We just need to keep 635, so like 0.6 in our troop bank, and we should be fine. And let's go ahead and start this war with Brazil, who we're already at war with. Now your allies are Benin, Sweden, Japan, who we're going to peace out with immediately. We'll go ahead and peace out with you as well. And then Thailand. So we've already kind of locked out a number of their allies. We reached a treaty. Who cares at this point? We're kind of all in. Sweden will buy you off as well. And I think the only one that can join in is, nope, not Thailand. So that's all their friends gone. And their troops, are they gone too? Yeah, they're gone as well. So let's go ahead and start splitting into groups of 12 million and just feast on Brazil's land. All right, Brazil has been defeated. We have 58% of what we need. We need 100%. We're going to get these last rockets. We're going to gather everyone to fight in the United States. They only have 52 million, 30 million in reservists, but most importantly, they don't have any real friends, like friends that are going to hurt us a lot. So that's going to work out really well for us. As soon as these troops are done, we might also get another level of war tactics or art of war along the way. The war tactics is at almost 10%. So we'll be over 10% by the time we gather everyone. Let's go ahead and tell everyone take the most peaceful route possible. Don't let them know what we're doing. And come on over here. Oh, Netherlands dropped a nuclear bomb on freaking Russia. Well, we're about to get that ourselves. 115 million versus 52 million. Let's begin the war now and start fighting down the United States. We do have 10 million in the bank to hopefully buy off some of their allies. And war tactics is up to 13%. So much above the 10% target mark that we had. So we should be good to go here. Let's just take a look at who's all declared war on us. We'll actually go here. Bolivia, the Gambia, we'll buy them off. They're pretty cheap. Just keep fighting. United States, your troop count. We have not really engaged any of your armies. I think this is a big reservist. Yeah, it's a real big reservist. Let's go ahead and engage it before any of their army comes over. Now their army's down to 18 million. The reservists are down to 13 firepower we're talking about. So it shouldn't be much of a threat. I'm looking for one more engagement with their actual military before we fully engage, and that looks like it's going to be it. Yep, their military is down to 17 million. We're going to go ahead and start splitting, though, into groups of 4. Not try and overextend ourselves, but try and speed things along as well. Yeah, here comes a little bit of their military. They're starting to lose a lot of the south. They're panicking. And how's your military looking? You're down to 2 million. Wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and split again. And now the rampage begins. You can see we're already at 70% already. Hopefully we can get this done before too many countries react and start being negative about us having this much troops. In order to accomplish that, we're going to need to avoid the Bahamas and make sure we stay in mainland United States. DC has already fallen. We're working our way up through Pennsylvania, up to New York. Down here in Texas, we're going to grab Houston and just keep pushing. We're at 85%, which is kind of the mark when the AI starts to really get aggressive towards you. So let's just keep pushing. Never stop. We have yet to grab New York. That's going to be a big one for us. And Massachusetts at 90% with New York. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Let it roll. Lesotho's here. Who's this? Namibia? Please go away. You're slowing down my progress. Lesotho as well. Those guys will just slow us down ever so slightly. Get up to Maine. Get up to Maine. 95% wonderful. Let's just keep pushing into the west. Forget about the Bahamas. I promise you they will not bring us glory. Not the same that taking mainland United States would. 96%. Keep it coming. 98% with Denver. Keep going. Push to Phoenix. Push to Phoenix. Get it. I don't even know if we're going to need California. We're so close to victory right now. We just cannot afford for the countries to turn against us. Unfortunately, no one's declared war on us. There's Zambia. Well, we're at 99%. It shouldn't matter. Just a couple more. Romania. Here we go. There we go. Turkmenistan dominates the world after 28.21k days. Where does that put us on the leaderboard? Oh, that puts us in third place. Second place is Craft, friend of the channel, mod and everything. But a good game nonetheless. Pretty happy with our performance here. And as we do start to wrap things up, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially made this far in the video. Hey, give a thumbs up, really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day. And if you have a nation recommendation you want me to play as next, put in the comments down below. We'll play as the most upvoted comments in the next video. But for now, boys, I'll see you in the next one.